Let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. Previously on Post Offices, our prospective posties were on their way to take their post officials, the test that will allow them to be post officers, roaming the land in the noble pursuit of mail delivery. On their way there, they crossed paths with another group of potentials, headed by a snooty Eladrin who promptly had his bell rung by Daya for, if I'm frank, talking mad shit. Escaping onto a cable car, our postie students thought they were out of danger as they made their way towards the testing grounds at the foothills of Mount Kelebor. However, disaster struck. The cable car was set aflame by unknown means. Escaping onto the carriage's roof, the party found the clamp had been sabotaged, leaving them high above the ground, but potentially quickly coming to meet it. In a combined effort of Colton's magic, Lev's know-how, and Daya and Sakwad's strength, you managed to cut through the cable, swinging down to safety.
I thought you would say Sakwad's pissed, so I thank you for your real.
We don't pick up there, however. We fade to black on that scene of our erstwhile heroes crashing into the canopy of the forest outside Anctor and at the foothills of Mount Kelebor. We fade to black as across the screen reads 1 year earlier. Bright, shining morning in Anctor, and trotting onto the pier, literally fresh from the boat, is a similarly bright and shiny Colton. Colton, your saddlebags are full, your cowboy hat and coat are looking smart as you're trotting down. We hear the sound of clip-clopping as you across the wooden pier, and the sounds of the marketplace in full swing, people trading around the very busy pier. Falling into step with you, or maybe sliding into step, is a man who grifts with a religious fervor by the name, funnily enough, of Sideland Pete. So, oh, hello there. Are you, by any chance, new? Are you new to the city?
Why, yes, I am.
Oh, well, good thing you ran into me. My name is Pete. It's a pleasure to meet you. Now, have you paid your guildmaster fees for the dock?
Oh, no, I have not.
Oh, and you've been you chartered a ship all the way here, and they didn't tell you?
Yes.
Oh, you might be in real trouble. I'm so sorry. Look, the harbour master's a friend of mine. We can probably smooth this over. Just come with me. I've got your back. I like to take care of any newcomer to this city. Everyone knows the name of Pete. Everyone knows I'm a name to be trusted. You stick with me, you'll get along just fine.
Look, when you did walk up, I did think that man appears to be sidling up to me, but now I know you are a genuine friend.
That is
Thank you.
I respect that. It's a thing. My knees were born sideways. I go sideways, so that's all that is.
I think like a crab, which I saw for the first time on this trip.
Well, congratulations. Quite like a crab. Yes.
Just crab walking. Sideways.
What is Sakwad doing at the pier?
Sakwad heard there were free fish, so he has come to collect.
Does Sakwad like fish?
Yeah, Sakwad likes all edible foods.
Right.
And he likes to think of himself as a gourmet, in that he will just eat anything, and he feels that if he puts enough random things in his mouth, eventually he will strike gold, as it were, in a culinary sense. Gourmand, yes.
Gourmand, yes, absolutely.
Just a single gourmet. A single gourmet.
I know approximate words.
Sackwad, over you see one of the fishmongers putting a. You were quickly like turned away from the idea of there being any free fish, but you see one of the fishmongers putting like the fish heads and like the fish offal in a barrel and kind of like putting it to the side, and you're kind of like biding your time to like dart towards it, and you see over the barrel the pier where Colton is clippity-clopping up, looking bright and cheery with sidling Pete right beside him. You yourself have been had the wool pulled over your eyes many a time by sidling Pete when you are new in town.
4 times.
Many times.
Many
the same
times.
guy.
Yeah, the same guy. Sometimes he wore a fake mustache. Sometimes a different hat. He would walk the other sideways, like he'd sidle the other way, and you'd be like, that's a whole different guy.
Look like a completely different person.
I run up to Colton. And
you don't know Colton at this stage.
No. And I gently like put my hand out and I say to Colton, "You have the most gorgeous coat I've ever seen. What's your secret?"
Well, hello there. Me and my new friend Pete we're just about to go see the
harbor master.
No.
The harbor master.
Shh. What's your secret of your beautiful coat? See, my coat's all like coarse, and yours is so glossy.
Oh, I simply my mother brushes it for me. Every night we kneel down on the floor and she brushes my coat.
My mother can't brush my coat.
Well, be that as it may, that's very tragic. Now, Sackwad is one of the people here that I wouldn't want you to get too involved with. See, there's all kinds here in this town, and some mean and low-spirited. I'll tell you that much. Now, Sackwad, it is a pleasure as always to run into you and make your acquaintance. But for now, we must be off to see the harbor master, Sackwad.
Pete, I thought we were friends. Why are you being so mean to me?
We are absolutely friends. Colleagues, maybe acquaintances is more how we have a working relationship, and right now I am making new friends.
I mean, working relationship or friends, like, I don't feel like you're really clear on that, Pete. But that's fine. You know what, Colton? Pete's lied to me before, just so you know.
Oh, this is the first move they pull to try and undermine your trust. They tell you to not trust your friends as they do. What was his name? Colton. Yes, Colton. They'll tell you not to trust your friends. You and we're friends, Colton. You can trust in that.
You're not friends. He told me the same thing, that we were friends, and then now he's just said that we're colleagues, and I don't really understand because I don't even have a job. But he you know what he did?
Precisely. No one have a job, freeloading in this city. Now, Colton, I can see in you a spark of entrepreneurial spirit, is what I see in you. Is that correct, my good four-legged friend?
I feel like I just stepped into something here, and I think I will leave you two to hash things out.
we see Colton start to head out and sidling Pete and start to you see like Sackwad and sidling Pete arguing in the background as Colton makes his way. We cut forward a week from there, and Sackwad, you're getting thrown out of the half-giant inn, Dahlia's inn, by Dahlia for being underage. It is pissing down rain, and you get thrown out, you pick yourself up, and you look over, and you see Colton standing on the corner of the street, no hat, no fancy coat, no saddlebags, all on his own.
You talking to sidling Pete that time on the harbor?
yes, I was.
with the beautiful coat.
Yes, and I will thank you for that because since then, I have known many a person to have the wool pulled over their eyes by saddle and feet. So by causing that diversion, I thank you.
Wait, what do you mean wool? What happened? There's free wool?
Any free shitty.
Yes.
Ring in Skyrim to sell it.
Wait, what are you talking about? Sidling Pete's my friend.
Saddle and Pete's swindler.
Oh yeah, he lies, yeah.
He steals money from people.
Yeah, he does do that, yeah.
That's not good.
Well, you know, I feel like, well, it's good for Pete. And because he's my friend, I love that for him.
Well, weirdly endearing?
I kind of can't find a lot of fault with that. You have a good heart.
Thank you. Yeah, so what are you doing out here in the rain? Where's your fancy hat and stuff that you have?
I was just walking around. You know, I was just looking for an inn because
This is an inn.
a lot of places don't really have doors that are big enough for me to fit into. So to even talk to the people that own them is a challenge.
Well, this inn is run by a very, very, very tall person. And so I feel like they get it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that they can vibe with you. Let me go get him.
You know that you'll be thrown out immediately, Sackwood, if you go into the inn again.
I go into the inn.
The inn is exactly what get thrown out immediately.
As I'm being thrown out, I yell, "There's a tall guy! Tall guy need house!"
What ploy do Colton and Sackwad use to sneak Sackwad into the inn?
I know that like I think I'm actually gonna check with
Can I just throw something out there?
Yeah.
I climb onto Colton's hindquarters and just tuck under the tail.
we see Sackwad pull out a little maybe blanket and like throw it over Colton like a horse blanket, and then like stick under it, and then just walk in step. The first of many ploys and schemes that Sackwad and Colton pull over the next year to make their way in the city of Anctor.
I mean, I think I'm gonna know that because
No, you know I'm there.
no, I know that you're there, but I think Rin, how's your character's name pronounced again?
Daya.
Daya, yes. I think like when Colton sees the window on the side of the inn,
Yeah.
because Daya's parents were friends with my mom, and my mom was like, you need to put a window in case he ever visits, because he's not going to be able to come inside, so he needs to have a service window so you could give him beer.
Yes, that's right. There's a service window on the half
There's
giant.
a service window on the side of the half giant inn. Yes, Colton is a centaur.
And so maybe with the last few coins you have, and maybe some generosity on the behalf of the innkeeper Ren, Daya, you kind of pull together some food and a drink for you and Sackwad, and we pan, and then on the face of Sackwad and Colton, we cut from there to their faces squished under the bodies of that same Daya and Lev as you're on the forest floor. 1 year later, you're kind of piled. There's the coiled bit of wire, the cable that you use to swing yourself down to the forest floor. You're kind of not unpainfully picking yourself up in your escape from your sabotaged cable car. You hear a rustling as a figure bursts through the brush or not bursts, but kind of like pulls aside a branch or so and steps into the little clearing that you've made. She's an older human woman. She's got that kind of grizzled look to her, lean, bits of grey hair. As she walks in, sees you all picking yourselves up. She's like, not a lot of people make more impressive entrances than I do. Your name's...
Sorry about the cable car.
Not mine, I don't really. Although, yeah, he's gonna be pissed, isn't he? Good thing he had insurance. He didn't have insurance?
Famously, last
I told
session.
I told him to
Yeah,
get
that's-
insurance, and he
that's-
just flipped me off.
Yeah, that's
It's financially irresponsible, is what it is.
if anything. I'm gonna see, did we name that person? Trying to see if we named the weird
I
gnome.
can't remember.
It didn't have a very good understanding
did.
of risk assessment.
It's in my other notebook, though. I got a new one.
Ooh, fancy.
Don't look too much information.
Yeah. Well,
So I am going to say currently that Colton has, I think, probably been knocked out.
oh yeah.
Yeah, because I have to go make a spot of food. So Colton's gonna be a little bit under the weather, and I think
Yeah.
probably a bit concussed, and so he's not gonna be very responsive. But I'm
Yeah,
sure.
a little dazed.
It
Colton
was
is.
big fall.
Yeah, and he was scared of heights. So
Yeah.
yeah, I will be back in a sec.
Colton is a little dazed and will be a little slow on the draw. This person looks to each of you. Are you all right? Old Centaur there looks a little worse for weather, but the rest of you, good? Grazed up?
I suppose so.
We just had a very big adventure. I tell ya,
Yeah?
cable cars are amazing. Have you ridden one?
I have. They don't always go that way, but
No.
yeah.
I thought it was a feature.
Yes. No. I'm Postmaster Fletcher. Are any of you?
The Postmaster!
Okay, I need you to take it down at least 3 notches.
Oh my god, he's here!
It should...
I turn to Colton and I shake him vigorously to alert him to the presence of the postmaster,
Like
further
jelly.
injuring him and causing him to slip further into the state that he's currently in.
Yeah, that's
Hi,
okay. Are you here to take your post officials?
I think so. Yeah. Hi. My name's Daya. This is Lev. Zakwad and the comatose. The comatose centaur is.
It's Sahid!
Colton. Sorry.
It's what?
I only
How do you pronounce
briefly-
that?
It's Sahid.
Sahid.
Sakwad's desperately trying to rebrand himself.
She looks at you and her eyes narrow for a second. You can tell she looks right through you. And she says, all right, Sahid. All right, the others are up on the rocky plateau. Let's hoof it. In some cases, literally.
I pick up Colton because I can.
My word.
Put them on my shoulder. and,
your shoulders like this.
Yep. I
Boom.
pick them up and we're on our way.
Hang up.
Incredible.
Kind of pretty close to the line as you're kind of like walking, picking your way through this forest. Kind of pretty close to the line there.
Yeah. Cable car caught fire.
Caught fire.
Yeah, and then the bracket was damaged on the way.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna say sabotage.
I tell you, Postmaster
What?
Fletcher, I pissed on it as hard as I could, and it did nothing.
Don't you? Oh, yeah. Well, we'll get right on that. All right. We'll have someone check that out, I guess. We'll actually probably have you check that out since it's covered in your piss, to be honest. But that can wait till later. Meet your fellow contestants for the prize of being... actually takes a long drag. A post officer. You step out on into a clearing. This little rocky plateau juts out from the foothills of Mount Kelebor. The Mount Kelebor is this like blackened volcanic glass sliding all the way down. Encroaching on it is the forest which you kind of like stepped out of. Not quite tropical, but certainly not temperate. We pan around, we see each person's face. Let's take a second to describe each of our characters for those who maybe missed our first session. Lev, how you doing?
I'm good. It's weird playing a character that doesn't talk much because that's just not my vibe. Yeah. Okay. So Lev is a dark elf, also known as a drow. He's got dusky, pale purple skin. He's got stark white hair. He's short for an elf. I think he's about 5'9" on a good day. And he's got like crimson red eyes, and he's covered in scars, and he actually has his left eye is artificial and kind of sometimes independently moves from the other.
And Daya.
My character is a 6'7" Goliath. She's pretty fair tinted skin, almost kind of like just pale, like vampire pale kind of a thing. Long black hair that goes down to about mid chest. It's been growing for pretty much as long as she's been kind of managing, since a kid, basically. And is basically just like in your run of the mill in garb, just had a little apron, couple of like little bits and bobs wrapped around, and a loosely tied sword to her hilt, or her hip.
That Lev thankfully grabbed for you on your way out. Sackwad. We kind of like panning across these two, from Lev, who's kind of medium height, to like Daya, who's very tall, and then we go all the way down to Sackwad.
Squad is a satyr. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, I think satyr is right.
Yeah, I'm just having like a brain dip because I haven't eaten dinner, so I'm just like, yeah.
Blood sugar
so I'm
low,
like,
head empty.
Words of what? Yeah. So Sackwad is a satyr, and he's kind of like the equivalent of early 20s, still a little bit naive, still a little bit too full of unearned bravado and courage, and he's a very strong little nuggety satyr, and he's likes to think of himself as much more majestic and much stronger than he is, when in reality he's still just a little bit not gangly, but just a little bit awkward, and a little bit baby faced and a little bit scruffy. And he also has some issues with his emotional regulation, and in any given situation, there's kind of a 50-50 chance that he could be very, very angry or just cry.
What a mood.
And yeah, and he's just still has a lot of growing up to do, and still finding his way, but just ready to jump in and do life, you know?
Do life.
Do life to the fullest.
Of course, Colton isn't here to speak for his own appearance, but we'll let Taya do that when she gets back. But for clarity's sake, Colton is a centaur, half horse, half person.
Currently being carried by me.
As you step onto this kind of like rocky clearing out in the forest, you see a gaggle of other prospective young post officers ready to take their post officials, all standing there, tense, excited, but all of your gazes are immediately drawn to 4 individuals standing across from you. It is a minotaur, a rabbit folk, an eladrin, and a furbolg, the exact group that you met down at the foothills, down at the edge of the city. They were ostensibly going to take the cable car right after you and promptly talked mad shit at you, and Daya socked the eladrin right in his nose. You see he has a bloodied nose with like kind of a bit of bandage kind of like balled up at his nose.
How's your nose doing?
You see, make an insight check, Daya.
Oh, fuck. All right. Wait, hold on. 18.
18. You know, they're quick to hide it, but there is a moment of surprise that goes through their faces, and then they just like steel themselves.
I asked, how'd you guys get here before us? You were behind us.
I'm sorry, do you honestly think that I would take that I have better means of travel?
A horse?
Did
the Minotaur carry you?
Did somebody say horse?
Not you, sweetie.
Put Colton down.
Colton kind of comes to.
Oh
Colton,
man.
you Colton.
I was so high up, and then I wasn't.
Colton, you find yourself, the postmaster has kind of like led you from where you crashed to where the rest of the prospective post offices are. This little rocky outcrop at the foothills of Mount Kelebor. There is also here is along with the gaggle of other people is the group you saw down at the edge of the city in the cable car waiting room, who kind of talked mad shit at you. They're here somewhat inexplicably. You trade a few barbs back and forth, but eventually Postmaster Fletcher claps her hands like, all right, let's fucking settle, all right? Everyone, eyes front. She stands there right next to an older gnomish man. You see he has the marks, probably Sackwood and Colton, you both recognize the postmarker. He is the head of the Clockworkers Association. This is the administrative branch of the Post Guild. He's standing there quietly next to the postmaster. She lets a moment of silence hang in the air. She's like, all right, you will or you will not be post officers from today forward. We give what we get. That's our motto. That's our maxim. That's our, the gnomish man's catchphrase, post officer general. Whatever it is, it's ours. What it doesn't mean is being a soldier. I might hold the rank of postmaster, but I'm never going to ask you to go to war or fight some foreign shore for a bunch of dickheads who think a nice peninsula is worth good people never coming home to their children or parents. She drops her cigarette, she stamps it out. What I will be requiring from you is much more dangerous. I'm asking you to travel out to the great wide somewhere, and all great and terrible things happen to people in that most auspicious place. You'll be set upon by monsters, victims of strange magics. You may even have the utter misfortune of meeting traveling musicians. And you'll be expected to answer in kind, to pit yourself tooth, nail, hoof, and magical appendage against whatever creatures or forces align against you. Death will always be a cliff behind you, and it's your only weapon. It's your only force against what drives you towards that void. All
here
so
to accompany my friend. I did not. Am I part of this? Am I a part of this now?
you're a part of it now. All so that Mrs. Henderson gets her foot cream all time, or little Bartholomew gets that racquetball he's always wanted. High risk, low reward. Shit pay too.
I like that. I like those odds.
Okay, we got a ball player. But again,
would I
shit pay, but the dental's all right.
be making people happy in this job?
Yeah, that's the deal. We're not serving some kind of concept or notion. You're actually gonna be a servant of the people. You're gonna make people happy. That sounds good to any of you?
Do
Right.
your deliveries take you anywhere you might find this? And I just pull out the 10-sided doubloon.
Is that a doubloon from the gate of Jotunheim? Why do you have that? Questions will be made at the end. Yeah. Well, okay. Man, I really got thrown off my whole rhythm by you guys crashing through the canopy. Really kind of.
You can blame them for that.
Okay then. Look, what you point to the other group? The other group.
Oh, I point to them.
The other group is just like looks confused. Looks back and forth. All right, no infighting. Importantly, today will be a test to see not if you're worthy, but much more importantly, if you're trustworthy. Yes? Now, she clicks her fingers and a stone wall behind her gets drawn up and then drops, and in the place 10 large horned rams, each with a ribbon tied to each of their horns. They're all sitting there kind of gently chewing on cud as they kind of mill about.
I look at Sackwood and I just go, oh, this is going to get all kinds of existential. My brothers!
Hold up there, Pint Size. Back up. Let's set some ground rules. All right? And she stamps her finger again, her heel again, and behind her, against the wall, essentially, of the mountain, opens up, opens a massive stone doorway that leads further in, tunnels sprouting and splitting inside, further deeper into the mountain. Your packages have been stolen by these goats, and she gestures to the ribbon. You will each be required to steal or otherwise take, in whatever manner you see fit, one of these ribbons, your lost package, and deliver it deep within the mountain. There is the first 10 people to get back will be given the title of post officer. Again, what you do here and how you do it is the most important thing. We are looking for trustworthy people in this organization, and I cannot make that clear enough. Yes, Sackwad with the raised hands.
Seed.
Seed, yes, my mistake.
So you're telling me these rams stole mail?
Yes, indeed. It is.
I am having deja vu.
Okay, hang on. Whoa.
I need to roll for angry or cry.
It's more of a metaphor than they literally. The idea is that you taking back the stolen. It's not real mail. You understand? It's just this ribbon that I've attached to each of their horns, which was, I must say, fucking annoying.
So this is a game. They didn't steal them.
Yes, correct.
How real are we getting here?
How real do you want to get?
I feel like that's up to you, Postmaster Fletcher.
She strides towards you, and the rest of the people kind of ooh, back up. She stands up to you and then crouches right down to your eye line, and you can tell she's a very intense person. One of her pupils is dilated more than the other.
Sackwood says, "Are we gonna kiss?"
No.
Okay, I didn't necessarily. It's not that I don't want to, but it's not that I wanted to. I just wanted to know
That would be
what you were
unethical
thinking.
of me as
Yeah.
the postmaster. So no, we're not gonna kiss.
But you wanted to.
No, absolutely no. Okay, you're
Okay.
making this a weird. This was gonna be me. How
I was just
real?
checking.
You don't need to check that. Okay, you never need to check that because it's always gonna be a no. You're a student at best. At most, if this goes well, you're gonna be an employee. So definitely not
Colleague.
employee. There's a clear chain of command here. I have all kinds of the power imbalance is just way off. So no,
Okay.
not gonna be a kiss. I'm way older than you as well. It'd be
I like actually speak so defensive now.
look, Sahid. It's as real as you make it. All right? As real as you make it. She stands up before you kind of go in. It's just like, ah.
I want to motion for Postmaster Fletcher's attention,
Yeah.
just as politely as I
She
can,
stands,
given what just occurred.
You gotta give a
And
nod.
just feel like, I'm not saying that I want to be a part of this, but if I get that ribbon, will you answer my question?
Will you kiss me?
Yes, I will answer any questions you might have. Once you're a post officer, you're in. Now, right now, I don't know you from two shits, but should you pass this test, happy to answer any question you might have.
Not promising I'll be a post officer. I just want my question answered.
Fair enough. So as she turns on her heel and walks back to her position, the game is afoot. All of you need one ribbon stolen by these fine young rams. You are not, let me make it clear, not allowed to injure, maim, or otherwise murder your fellow contestants.
Oh!
Yes. Already the
What about the
trustworthy.
Rams?
If that is a thing you wish to do, that is up to you, Sakid. Now, is there any questions from anyone else apart from these, two people?
No one
All
else
good?
said anything.
This is
get it
really
done.
me in class.
Yeah.
This is just a picture of me in all education.
Yes.
Asking too many questions.
Yes. It's just your personality amplified. It's what D&D is.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
I trust people too much, and you're just that.
You see, as she finishes, she turns and speaks a word and conjures the image, the illusion of a giant dragon perched on over the door and breathes, and all the goats just freak out and start sprinting off into the forest. And she's like,
I want to immediately take off.
Dai is running. What are you all doing?
Yeah, I'm going with Daya.
Okay.
To Colton, and I'm saying, how real is this? Did they really steal mail?
They, Zackwood, they stole the ribbons, and they are very important to Postmaster Fletcher. We have to get those ribbons back.
I whip my head around and I say,
just
we've got to
one.
kill the sheep.
Just one. Just gotta get one.
I get down on all fours and start running like a dog.
All right. I need athletics checks from all of you.
Oh, I would like to, before I run off, I would
Yeah.
like to grab like stash like a bunch of grass.
Okay.
I want to get some grass and like tasty greens. I want to take some tasty greens with me, and then I want to start tracking.
Yeah, as you're sprinting through, you can make if you're just dead sprinting after the goats, after the rams, you can make an athletics check. If you want to kind of be a bit more careful about how you're tracking, you can make survival checks.
I think I want to go for one of the rams that's like didn't go with like the whole pack. If one of them like split off.
Yeah, you see, they're going in groups of two. They're duos. They're pairs. So they're kind of like you're kind of like following a pair, and you're kind of following Daya as well as Lev sprinting behind. You're making good progress. Daya, your athletics check.
It was a 12. I wanted to ask, are we high up? Like we're in the mountains, right?
You're in the like foothills of Mount Kelebor, so you're definitely like you can see this like you're definitely going downhill as you're running. You can kind of the little breaks through the canopy. You can see kind of down and the Anctor, the city of Anctor, kind of spread out and to the ocean. But yeah, you are going downhill, running over kind of like twisted roots. This is definitely there's no paths here, and the rams are much more able to like kind of jump and leap and orient themselves over this like rough terrain. With a 12, you're running, but you're kind of like you're getting kind of like held up, branches here and there, kind of like stopping you. You're having to like maneuver around trees and like twisted roots and little streams, and it's kind of slowing you down. You can hear how did Lev do?
Lev's not gonna barrel through. He's not gonna be as gung-ho. He's gonna try and keep it, he's trying to track more than he's trying to just brute strength his way through the forest. So I will make a survival check. Damn, that could have been good, but it's not. It's an 8.
How did Colton do?
Yeah. 12.
12.
12. Shit.
And Sakwad, what did you roll athletics or did you roll survival?
I rolled athletics and I got 18.
18. So
Pause.
Lev, Colton, and Daya, you end up all like kind of like you're barreling ahead, kind of got turned around. You hear Lev and Colton kind of like tracking, like kind of picking up behind you, moving at a clip. But of course, my cat decides now to scratch everything.
Baby.
You hear like you're in the back, and you hear the three of you together kind of like meet up. You kind of between Lev and Colton trying to like pick out what is footprint, what is Sakwad print, and what is ram print.
Can I see any of the rams still, or are they gone?
Nah, they managed to get out ahead of you.
Do I have like a general idea of which direction they went?
You do, because you hear Sakwad kind of yelling out a few 10, 20 feet, 30 feet ahead. You kind of like pick your way through Sakwad enough to keep up with the rams, at least somewhat. Sakwad, we cut over to Sakwad. You're standing there. You kind of like were in hot pursuit of one of these rams, as it like there was a duo as they were kind of like, you know, weaving through the brush. You were small enough, compact enough to kind of weave your way as well. They kind of ran through and up an embankment and over, and you kind of scrabbled up, came through, and you can't see one of them, but the other has its horn kind of wedged impossibly halfway up a tree, and it's just bleeding. Bleating, not bleeding.
Oh, dude. That was just like really gory all of a sudden.
I was like, holy shit.
It's like,
I need to become a vet.
it's like, and its legs are kind of going, and it kind of like stops for a second.
I run up and free the. Is he dangling?
He's dangling.
He's like really far up a tree.
Yeah, he's like 10, 15 feet up a tree.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Goats, man.
Okay, there's witchcraft happening here. That's not cool.
This is just the witchcraft of rams, my dude.
Yeah. I try to go
it's
up
probably
the
not
tree.
15 feet. It's probably like 10 foot. You'd have to climb a little bit at least to get up to it.
I try to climb up and both get the tide and get the goat down.
Okay. You climb up. It is like it sees you and starts like mah, mah, and like kicking at you as you're trying to get closer to it.
I go shh.
Mah. Mah.
This is a library.
Make a animal handling check for me.
11.
It's not happy with you, and at this point, as you kind of like try and get close, you think it's like quiet, and then it just thunk and then hits you across the jaw with one of its hooves. You take only 2 points of bludgeoning damage as it conks you, and you like scrabble back for a second. At this point, the rest of the party hear this
damage.
bleating and Sakwad's mutters of dismay, and you see this scene in front of you as well.
I'd like to try and soothe the ram, or it's ram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I want to try and calm it down
All right.
and just walk up to it and be like, "It's all right."
Yeah. How do you do it?
And I want to walk up to it. You know that like How to Train Your Dragon where Pickup puts his hand out,
Yeah.
and then sort of like that, just slowly making my way up to the ram, just like trying to be as non-confrontational as possible.
Yeah.
And just putting my hand on its hind.
All right.
So like just as calmly as I possibly can.
Because you can kind of reach up. You have to probably like step up onto one branch, but then you can probably reach up. You're tall enough to be able to reach up.
Right.
Make an animal handling check for me.
That is a 15.
It's a 15. All of you kind of like sitting there waiting as Dahlia and Sakwad, you tried this very thing and just got your like bell rung for it. But Dahlia is like making eye contact with the creature, looking away occasionally, looking back. See, it's a little bit stressed out, and you put its hand on its side and stop struggling for a minute, but you can tell it's still panicked. Like it's kind of in a little bit of pain as it's like it's got one of its horns kind of like wedged in between these two branches.
I just kind of want to pet it a little bit, and then just like with my hand, just like scoop it up from the butt and try and just lift it off.
Yeah.
And then just hold it.
As soon as it's free, it starts to struggle. I'm gonna have Sakwad, as you both before you wanted to say that you tried to like go for the ribbon. Sakwad, you can still do that, but Daya will make a check to hold onto it as well.
Oh no, that's Daya's ribbon now.
Well, there's one on each horn.
Oh. Okay.
And-
yeah.
Might as well go, take a grab at it before it
Yeah.
escapes.
Well, then I would try to get both and give one to Daya.
Okay, go for both. You're gonna make a sleight of hand check for me. Daya, make an athletics check.
Oh, it did not go well. 7.
Daya, how does your athletics check go?
24.
24. Sakwad, this was in case that Daya couldn't.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Oh my god. So the ram struggles, and you just like massive arms around you, just kind of like squeeze gently until it's like, and then it just kind of goes.
I'm gonna just like whisper in its ear and just like just hug it.
and just like just stops Starts chewing on your shirt.
It's okay, and I want to, as this happens, I want to take both of the ribbons off with slowly, with each hand, and then just pocket them.
Yeah.
For the time being.
So you
and then put the ram down.
Take it off as you're holding it. Bit of a juggle to do it, but you get both of them off. You have 2 ribbons. All 4 of you are standing in this clearing. What do you do?
I want to give both of the ribbons to Colton and Sahid, because that is the name that they said that they wanted to go by. And just look at Lev and say, come on, we gotta go.
No. I did not win this. I did not collect this grant for nothing.
I yell, I'll get you more, and I take off again. All fours.
Okay. Sackwood. What is Sackwood thinking? Like, I know maybe you're not thinking very much about this, but as you kind of take off, you've got this ribbon in your pocket. You have your own reasons for wanting to join the post offices, burning reasons in your mind. Are any of those coming to the fore?
Oh, I'm singularly focused on the idea that we're all getting ribbons right now.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
You just accepted everyone as your family.
Yeah, we
all must.
We're on ribbon time now.
It's ribbon time.
Everyone has to have a ribbon.
So I'll have if you want to. So one of the ways that a group check can work is if you want to describe to me. So if one person, maybe put the person with the biggest skill in that in survival, wants to make the check, and then everyone else can describe to me how you're helping that check, what you're doing, how you're kind of aiding. And then the person who's actually making the check will make the check with advantage. So I would assume either Colton or Lev has the best survival skill.
I rolled real bad last time, so...
I have a... Survival's wisdom?
Survival is wisdom, yeah.
I have a 14 on that. That's about +2, right?
Yeah, +2.
I have a +3.
I also have a +3.
Okay.
I have a -1.
You would not survive in the wild.
Bless.
I'll say, Daya or Sackboard, you can describe how you're helping Lev, or you can describe how, like, each of you can kind of, like, as 2 teams of 2, kind of describe how you're helping Lev, or describe how you're helping Colton, and then each of you can roll with advantage.
Okay. I just want to move over to Lev and just be like, all right, which way? you know the best. Which way? Where are we going? Where are we heading?
You seem like the kind of person to know what you're doing when it comes to the forest. Colton, is that your name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I was raised on a ranch, but often our livestock did go missing, and I did have to track it through the brush. So,
okay. All right. How about you and I have a look for tracks, and Daya, maybe you can help us move the brush out of the way. Maybe that will be best play.
Sackwood is covering ground, let's say.
Yeah. Okay.
How good is my sense of smell?
Pretty good.
You're helping in that you've formed some kind of familial bond with these goats. You can smell them.
I mean, goats would smell like you, I guess, in some respects.
Perhaps it's time for me to mark my territory and try and incite a fight. Bring them to us. It is mating season.
Little sir, I do not believe you have enough piss left to be taking on the task of marking your territory. I do not know why every session we have devolves into piss, but
oh, I can't help it if it's relevant. I mean, blame Zach.
That's. I don't think that's on me. It can't be on me. In fact.
I guess I'll just take out the longsword and just start hacking away at different tree branches to kind of give us a clearing of
I like that.
Vision, like line of sight on
I'd like
anything.
to
quickly
give
as well.
Colton advantage on a survival check, perhaps, by helping him doing the tracking.
Sweet.
I think Sackwood. I'm still gonna say Sackwood.
Yeah, still say Sackwood. It's funny.
I'm still saying Sackwood. I think Sackwood's helping by it's like giving a sniffer dog a scent,
Yeah.
and then they know what to look for.
You're
I'm
pointing
just like, all right, I'm
pointing it
looking at
out.
the stuff that smells
Like,
like stuff that
looking-
smells like Sackwood.
You look at it. You find like bits of hair brush pulled off by the brush. You get a Sackwood. It's going apeshit. Make a survival check with advantage, Colton.
Let's go.
Lit.
What's with advantage mean? Like, how do you?
So
It's 2.
Oh,
And you roll, and you take the big one.
highest one.
Yeah.
You got this, Colton.
21.
21. Making good speed. You pick your way through the underbrush with Daya kind of with a sword, just making a path through for all of you to make good speed. It only takes about a minute or two, but it is kind of it's kind of hard going through it's a bit of a slog. The environment here starts to turn. I wonder if there is. I can turn my Sirenscape to a more. There we go. Maybe that will do it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Should be ambient music, but maybe not. You, as you're moving through this forest, turns to a more. It's getting a bit more humid, not quite tropical, but there's these large. You're kind of noticing these large, very bright-colored kind of pitcher plants, bright orange they are, kind of strung between trees, growing from vine to vine, kind of spreading their way through the trees here. You can hear the sound of. Ooh, that is far too loud. Sorry, the background music was just this massive roar. You're seeing that you start to hear the sound of moving water, and make for me, Daya, you're at the front. Make a perception check for me.
Ooh.
15.
15. You hear the sounds of other footfalls, more human or at least humanoid footfalls and voices, as all of you come upon a kind of sunken pond in the ground. There is these ringing the rocks down here. There's bright orange colored pitcher plants. If you don't know what I'm talking about, they're kind of like large kind of cup-looking shaped with a little leaf that acts as their top. Kind of ringing around the rocks, all feeding from the water here. Your quarry, the ram, has fallen into this little sunken pond. It's probably only a few feet deep, so it's kind of thrashing about, but it can't get back up the walls. There is a massive pitcher plant in the corner, as well as the Minotaur, the rabbit folk, and the Eladrin and the Furbolg coming to this clearing alongside you, probably on the opposite side of this clearing.
Do they see us?
Because you heard their steps, I'll if you want to try and remain hidden, you can.
Yeah, I want to just motion to everyone, just hey, stop. And I want to just give Lev a look and just.
All right. They're kind of they spread out on the top of the ridge. You see them looking down at the ram, and you see the Eladrin kind of looking like down, and he looks down and he's like, yeah, you see him muttering about probably how dirty the pond is, and snaps, and the rabbit folk picks up his bow and draws an arrow and knocks it and aims it at the ram.
Do I see this?
Yes.
How far away am I?
It is like 30 feet across to the other side.
How far away am I from the ram?
Probably the ram is between you, but down a little bit. So
Okay.
probably like 20 feet.
Okay. Can I cast a spell?
You can cast a spell.
Thank you. Can I? Yeah, I would like to cast a spell on the ram.
Yeah. What do you want to cast?
I would like to cast Sanctuary, which is you ward a creature within range against attack. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
Save the creature must choose a new target.
Okay.
And they haven't seen us.
Yeah,
already
absolutely.
missed-
Another
Being a
target
cleric.
would be either a pitcher plant or their friends.
You see, draws the.
Damn.
And what does this look like when? I'm not sure if we've clarified either. What does Colton use as clerics traditionally you have symbols of their faith that they channel their magic through, but this can be anything that's personal to you and personal to how you draw upon your power.
So for this spell, the one of the components is a small silver mirror. And so I think when Colton was a child, his mama gave him a small mirror. It was a mirror that she had used when she was a young sorceress,
Yes.
when she was still in training. And it pops open. It's one of them. It's
like a compact?
pocket mirror. So it's like a little pocket watch. And so, you know, he pops it open and he holds it in a hand and he looks at the ram and he kind of draws his hand over it. And there's this like silvery thread
Yeah.
that seems to
Aw.
pull up from the mirror, and he sends it towards this ram.
We see this scene between you and what is your? I meant to write it down. Sorry, your mother's name.
Oh
Dolly.
gosh, I sent it to you, but there's no way I can remember it.
It's
because
Layla
it's
for short.
It is Layla for short.
So we see Layla, you, young Colton, like barely more than a
Yeah,
foal.
like reflected in the mirror.
And we see Layla, the words when she first gave it to you, which is like, reflections can be useful. They can also be very tricky. And you see, you just like, you flip this mirror around and the silvery thread like lines up and the goat hits the goat, and we slide over to the rabbit folk pulling this arrow back, and suddenly the goat is all just like, looks like there's reflections in the water, and she just like, she doesn't know where to look, and just like the arrow flies over, hits the far wall. We also see that massive pitcher plant in the corner. The vines start to pick itself up as the lid of the pitcher plant opens, and a snake-like appendage comes out with a massive gaping maw at the end of it, pink, bright, purple and pink colored, pulls itself out of the pitcher plant and looks hungrily at the only source of food. I'm going to roll for the pitcher plant against the sanctuary save, and it gets a 11, which fails.
It has to be the 13.
So close.
Holy shit.
It like winds up, pulls towards it, and looks around, splashes into the water next to the ram, and now we will roll for initiative.
It does actually have to choose another target.
Has to choose another target. Okay.
Yeah, it does actually have to choose another creature.
It wouldn't have the...
Oh, no, it says she has to choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. Never mind.
Right.
It can just, like, go into the water. Yeah.
Cool. We're going to switch over. If you want to pull up the... let me... if you want to pull up the stream, I will switch over to Tailspire, which is the little program we use to... Hello, I'm fixing sound as we speak. Output capture. There we go. Now everyone should be able to hear everybody. How's that?
Test.
Test.
Ooh.
Bring up
looks so
Tailspire.
good.
So we have, so the minis aren't super extensive. We have Lev here. This is the closest thing I could get to a Sackwad, but it has the right vibe, I think.
Yeah.
Like kind of a little bit of teen angst and rebelliousness going on. We have Daya here on the right, still mostly in clothing, and of course we have
Covered a bit.
Colton.
I'm just gonna look at yours because mine's behind.
Oh my god.
Fucking hell.
Amazing. You should.
There is no centaur, but we will make do. Let's see our environment. So you're standing over this pool. There is this horrible looking plant creature reaching out towards the ram, which is under the effects of a sanctuary spell. We have the other party just across the way from you, off to the right here, ready to grab the ribbons for themselves.
This looks crazy. This looks so good.
It's pretty
I
wild,
love
right?
the idea. I love the idea that you found that pitcher plant little miniature, and that's why you decided to put it in the story.
It is.
Yeah.
It was actually, and it's really cool too because they it actually looks like the other pitcher plant assets that they have, which is really cool.
Oh.
I was originally I saw this. I was like, this is fucking awesome. So I'm gonna use this. What other opportunity are you gonna have to use this weird ass fucking tentacled
It's
mole
so cool.
creature? We're gonna roll for initiative. So initiative is essentially how quick your character is off the mark. We had kind of one spell be cast, and I generally, if you're hidden, one spell is enough to kind of break that kind of stealth. You're then acting, and doing so, you save the life of our little ram from two different sources, in fact. But now you have revealed yourselves. Initiative is how quick off the mask you are, so roll a d20. You add your dexterity modifier, should be up in the middle-ish of your character sheet, top middle-ish. If you want to just click that roll, tell me what you get.
14.
14 for Daya.
Uh-oh. 4.
4 for... Oh, you, I have not... I need to rename you to Sack. What? There we go. Did I rename? Colton, yeah. Of course it's Colton. What did you get, Lev?
6.
6. We are here. And Colton.
13.
13. So you're just behind Daya?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me roll some rolls for our villains. Ooh, they are rolling like trash, but one rolled fairly well. Okay, then. May also, if you are in chat, recognize some of your names.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, names? I'm sorry. I have to have my stream really low quality so it doesn't fuck with all my shit. You really good? I have Tailspire. When are we gonna... You can add us to the group and we can actually move our own minis and stuff.
I can, yes. I
If
will.
we all got the thing at some point.
Yeah, it's about.
HUB Pog?
Big pog or nah?
Oh, pretty big Pog, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty
Yeah,
fun.
that's fair. That's
Yeah, substantial, substantial pog.
The
Yeah.
goat rolled a natural 20.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
It's feeling imbued.
So yeah, on stream it's going to be a little tricky to see everything super well, but I will try and describe alongside the action what's going on. So right now it is the goat's turn. It is going to flee from the massive plant running towards it. I am going to break a roll as to the direction it flees. 3. It's right dang down the middle. It's going to try and run this way. It's going to make a check to try and get up the rocks.
Oh, baby.
And got a 7. It scrambles its hooves, but doesn't get too far. The rabbit folk, Lexi, leaps down with rabbit-like agility, and you see her. Then here, you see her cast a spell, and the ribbon starts to get pulled from the horn of one of the horns from here. It's in the air, probably hovering between them. Dahlia, it is your turn.
I kind of want to move in the same direction, but in a similar fashion to the way that I pulled Colton up onto the cable car. I want to reach down and try and grab the ram's horn and throw it up onto the cliff.
Okay. All right. Make a dexterity saving throw. So to get down, like you're jumping down onto these like little rocks here. Let me spin the camera around. Sorry for any nauseating feelings. You're kind of jumping down onto the rocks here. It's slippery. It's like there's vines. It's rocky. You're gonna have to make a dexterity, either an acrobatics check for me.
Acrobatics, that is a word. I can. There we go. 4.
Boy.
You, Dahlia jumps, hits these vines, slips, and lands bodily in the water down here. You splash down, you get yourself up. That's all your movement basically to splash down, get back up. You're right next to the ram. Make a check. You'll be able to grab it this turn. You won't be able to like grab and throw with one action. But make a athletics check. You're gonna make an opposed check because this ram doesn't really trust you at this point. By the way, what happened to the other ram? Did you let it just roam free?
Oh yeah, I just let it go.
Okay. 6. You kind of like you land down, you splash out of the water. The ram turns to you. You like scrabble at it, and it's just like just like jumps away. That is Colton's turn. Colton, what do you do?
As a bonus action, can I not rope together?
Not a rope together. This would be so. It's important now for the people who haven't played before. I should have done this before, but to describe every round of combat, you have your movement, which is described in the little movement part. You have your action, you have a bonus action, and you have a free object interaction. Usually that's like I draw my sword, or I open a door. So I'll let you like pull out the rope for sure. Knotting it is going to be an action. If you wanted to tie it to something, that would be an action as well. But if you wanted to toss it to someone, or what are you exactly hoping to do here?
I want to make a lasso.
Oh god.
Lasso this goat.
Yeah.
As I did the livestock back home.
I will say, there's a chance that your rope was already tied as a lasso.
As a lasso.
Make for me
Fucking of course.
just a
Incredible.
luck check. Roll a d20, 10 or higher. Colton thought ahead and had this.
A lasso. He's had it tied as a lasso this whole time. Like, he left home with it.
It's your lucky lasso.
His mama tied this lasso for him. Fuck!
Oh, and
Piece of rope!
it's come undone.
I'm done!
It's come undone. You can either spend your action to retie it. You don't need to roll for that. You just spend the time you need to retie it, or anything else you want to do with your action.
Ooh. This is so dumb.
Do it.
Can I guiding bolt the ribbon that's halfway between the ram and the rabbit person?
Oh,
Or is that too small of a target?
you can guarding bolt it. What are you hoping to do? I'll say that.
What are you trying to do here?
Because
I
you
just-
would probably obliterate it with your very strong magics.
I don't want any of them to get, like, they've been mean to us. They've
Oh my
lost
gosh,
any
it's-
of my trust.
It's huge. If I can't have it, no one can. Energy.
Can I? Do any damage? Because we're not allowed to.
There is
Can I, like,
the horrifying
rock?
pitcher plant creature, I will say. That
point.
definitely has its eye on consuming something in a bloody fashion.
Right, okay.
Yeah, probably
If I-
dying is the closest thing.
If I roll high enough on an athletics check, can I run, jump, and knock the rabbit person into the water?
Yes.
absolutely.
Let's go, Colton.
Absolutely.
I want to knock it in near the pitcher plant, you know, like
Yes.
clear that gap and knock him in.
Okay, so this is going to be 2 athletics checks. There's an athletics check to leap over to these rocks,
So dumb.
and then the athletic check to shove this creature, this rabbit folk. Make for me your first athletics check. This is just a DC 10.
Wait, don't we just need to get the ribbons off the ram's horns and then dip?
You
That's all we have to do.
Yep.
And then we just jet through the forest. Okay. This is fucking Pog though. I love this. Colton, fucking get him. Get him.
So much.
I got your back, bro.
I'm all in. We're on ribbon
Yeah.
time now.
We're on ribbon time now.
We're on ribbon time. I'm delaying rolling this. 9!
Oh no!
I'm rolling. Right, I'm not using
Welcome to
that
the
dice anymore. Dice the dice jail.
You leap majestically through the air, hit just a little too short, slide down these rocks, and land in a tumble with the ram.
I have a concussion.
Your question, yeah?
No, I said I have a concussion.
Oh, you have a
Earlier
concussion.
when I fell out of the cable car.
Repeated head injuries are really bad. They stack on top of it. They don't. It's worse and worse. You have your action still. If you wanted to cast a spell, or
Oh my god. I can't believe I still have an action. I've never used this many abilities in a move before.
yeah.
You try playing a monk. All you do
Oh.
is just like, and then I
Yeah.
run, and then I backflip, and then I do another thing, and it's like, Jesus Christ, shut up.
They take up half the session.
Yeah, that's me on a weekend.
I'd like to try and grab the ribbon out of the air that the rabbit's trying to get.
Ooh.
I'm
Okay.
down here.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Let's go.
This is
not
a
good.
contested check, so they
yikes.
made a roll a 15.
Oh, I have a -1.
Oh no!
I
they-
have
Oh,
Oh
I-
boy!
I
Nat 20,
have
go.
a 1 in 5 chance of getting this.
Come on, Mama. Mama said. Come on.
Mama said.
Mama said that it was a no.
No.
Mama did not say it was okay.
Oh no! Colin, yeah, you jump, slide off the rock, and then you see the
Not
ribbon
a
as
good
you're getting up, and you're
time.
like, ah! And then it just gets
Do
like
I have
lifted
another D20 I can use?
out of your
garbage?
reach.
Do you want to use my
No,
one?
I still have another like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Ori, he strides along. He takes his time. He walks with a slow grace and a patience. You see him walks over here. He brings his staff into the ground, and you see a kind of a wave of growth through these plants down under the water. I need Daya to make a strength saving throw for me.
8.
8. You kind of standing
These
in.
rolls.
We all fell out of a cable car. We deserve these rolls.
You are probably like ankle deep in mud, probably like knee deep in water, and you feel your foot stick fast in the ground, and you're kind of like moving, and you look down. You can't see through the mud and the water, but you like something has like stuck on your foot. It seems like you can kind of like feel like a root or some kind of plant material that's grown over your foot. Lev, it is your turn.
Is the ribbon still in the air?
Yes, it is it's much closer now to Lexi, the rabbit folk.
Ah. Well, fuck. Is it within leaping distance?
Yeah, I'd say
Door
you
kick
could,
him.
you could jump down onto these rocks.
I would love to jump down on the rocks.
Make me a acrobatics or athletics check.
Rating!
I'm gonna roll with a goddamn dice today. Jordan!
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Raid! Raid!
Acrobatics?
Oh, raid.
Okay.
Oh, there's a raid.
Hi!
Oh, hello. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, Jordan. Thank you so much. That's very
Thanks,
kind.
Jordan!
We are in the midst of make sure to follow Jordan Rasco. She's wonderful. She has the best streams. We are in the midst of a lot of, I wouldn't say hot rolling, I would say some work. We're working our way up on the rolling scale. Right now, our young heroes, Lev, Sakwad, Daya, and Colton, who is a centaur being represented by a horse here, are trying
He's
to
just smart.
enter the posties, be a part of the post officers guild, and in doing so, their test is to retrieve a ribbon attached to these goat here, you can see, and which were led off into the forest. Once they got here, grabbing at these ribbons, they're what would you call the other group? Your rivals got here at the same time, ready to take the ribbons attached to their horns for themselves. Also, to complicate things, is this giant horrifying plant monster that is going, I swear to God, to kill someone.
We completely ignored it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, come on, guys, I'm a serious threat.
No,
You
please
just
don't
went.
reply
to me.
We're on ribbon time.
We're on ribbon time.
We are on ribbon time, is the thing about it. So, Lev has made a daring leap from these rocks down to here to try and snatch the ribbon out of the air that's being mage-handed by our Lexi here, the rabbit folk rogue.
You said acrobatics, yeah?
Acrobatics or athletics?
17.
17. Whoa. You leap and hit the ground. It slides out from under your feet, but you use it to just slide a little bit and then dig your heel in and pop up right next to the rabbit folk rogue here.
I want to get the ribbon out. I was going for the ribbon. I'm going for the ribbon. Give me the
It's
ribbon.
coming essentially into her hand.
Oh,
She's
I
reaching
fucking
for
snatch it.
So
Fuck you, bitch.
Snatch it. Make a. This is not quite a. Make it. You're gonna make opposed sleight of hand checks essentially.
Okay, I'm opposing a fucking rogue in a sleight of hand point.
Yeah.
All right.
Fine. Don't worry about
So
it.
she has a +5 on this roll.
I rolled a
did
19 with a +3.
3. Okay. So. On kind of important checks like this, I'm going to have. Is there a Hero Forge integration? Sorry, there's a Hero Forge integration for Tailspire. That would be sick. I'm definitely gonna look into that. For important roles like this, where something is on the line here, I have my the chat write an !D20 and roll the check for our Rabbit Folk Rogue. 14 plus a 5 is a 19, which does not beat from the in the jaws of defeat. Lev snatches the ribbon out of the grasps of the Rabbit Folk Rogue. Sackwood, you're up next. What does Sackwood do?
I don't know. Wait, Tay, you have to go back to the thing because I can't see it on mine.
All right.
So you're up here.
Gosh, I don't know.
So-
Can I leap across that gap or nah?
Down to the water? Or
Nah,
across
just
here?
straight across.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just here to fight. Yeah, let's do it.
You're not allowed to maim them legally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay, no. All right.
Go
Part
for
of the
pitcher
rules of the
fight,
contest
or
is that
try
you
and get to the
can't
goat.
try and hurt the other contestants, even though they are
Alright.
pulling some tricky shit.
I'm gonna go for the goat.
Yeah. All right. Make an athletics check to get down here without eating shit. Athletics or
Thankfully, I
acrobatics.
have +5 to athletics.
Hell
Yeah, oh
yeah.
my word. Since you're a little mountain goat.
Oh, 14.
Still pretty good.
14.
That's bog.
Enough that you don't hurt yourself.
Bog.
You kind of, it's not particularly graceful, but you kind of slide. There's a minute where you have to just like butt slide your way down and splash into the water. Splash around here and that's your movement. For your action, this goat is still like, no one's in control of the goat. The ram. The ram is very much angry and upset and wants everyone to know it. So make a either animal handling check or a athletics check if you want to just like straight grapple it and try and pull the ribbon off.
I would like to be kind to the goat.
Okay. Animal handling check then.
Oh dear, 3.
Yikes. It does not recognize you as one of its own.
Yeah. You.
Tell me.
Yes. Saquon is a satyr, despite the mini saying otherwise. You land in the water, and the goat just kind of like it sees your horns as a kind of like a threat, and just like bonks you, and you kind of like but you don't manage to grab the ribbon. Next is the Minotaur's turn. There was a Minotaur mini, not a centaur, but a Minotaur. It is going to try and make its way down to the ground. Make an athletics check.
No.
He fails. He stumbles down.
Everyone get in the fucking hot tub, bro.
And funnily enough, they have
love
a
this.
knockdown effect now. So he's on the ground here.
Drowning. Oh,
Oh, buddy.
cool. That's funny.
That's a party foul, bruh.
What is Zen gonna do? Zen is going to cast a fog cloud. Bang. No? Essentially covers this whole area in up to 20 feet. Bang. This much. Everything is just shrouded in mist. That is his turn. All of you stand there, and then just like you cannot see 5 feet in front of your face. You can hear everyone splashing and crashing around, but you can't see where anything is. It is the plant's turn. The plant is going to walk forwards. So within, within, I'm gonna.
Jumanji plant, dude.
Ooh, actually, you know what I can do? There's a fog multiplier. Ooh, so foggy.
Ooh,
So foggy.
foggy. Can't see shit.
Shit, it's so foggy.
The jelly brains.
The plant monster comes forward, and the way this works it's kind of a weird interaction within a fog cloud. No one can see each other, which means everyone is blind. So attacks against you have advantage. However, because you're blind, you make attacks with disadvantage. So it cancels each other out. So everyone is rolling the same, like just a straight up roll. However, you can't take opportunity attacks because you can't see your opponent, and you can't cast any spells that would require you to be able to see the creature that you're targeting. So this creature comes up, and Colton, you feel a tendril and like bony plant teeth sink into your hindquarters. Let's see if it hits. Ooh, does hit with and does only 2 points of piercing damage. As you feel this like claw on your hindquarters. Make for me a strength saving throw.
Ow.
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 This is the best saving throw for me to be doing.
I don't like that little lady. Oh. What'd you get?
I rolled a natural 1.
You feel that tendril snake around your leg and start to pull you back as you kind of like struggling to keep your footing.
I am rolling like garbage. All right, I'm choosing another die. All right.
We're going through
3
dice.
out of 5. I can't roll anymore.
It is the goat's turn. It cannot see anyone. It is going to run away, but no one is certain where, so I am going to hide it from sight. And I'm going to do this. It is now the rogue's turn. They know you have it. They're not exactly sure where you are, but they are going to make a perception check to try and hear you, Lev. This is going to be against your passive stealth check. So what would you add to a stealth roll?
+5.
+5. Okay, check against there's a 17 on the die. So you hear the slightest scrape of little a paw next to you, and you know it's near, and you're kind of like, you've got the ribbon in one hand, and you're kind of like waiting for this like hand, like waiting for them to strike out. Make another opposed sleight of hand check for me.
19?
19. Chat, if you want to roll again, exclamation mark D20 in the chat, and we'll see. This is going to be a +5 to this roll, and we'll see how if you keep a hold of the ribbon. Dun, 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 dun.
Stomach.
It was a 6.
Amazing.
Tense.
That is very
I hate rolling against chat, dude. I don't like it. It's real scary.
Bringing in them W's, dude.
You, through the fog, you see this rabbit folk leap towards you, and you duck down, and it dives over the top of you. You turn, you can't see it in the fog again. But this creature runs up. It's going to attempt to use the rest of its minutes to get back up here. Does not. Fails to do so, so it remains where it is. Dahlia, it is your turn. What?
Do I hear the owl from Colton?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Okay. Can I get a general direction of like where that is and just move towards that and just try and put
Yeah.
myself between whatever the thing that made the ow happen and Colton?
Absolutely. You can kind of push past Sackwad and move towards this massive plant creature. You can hear it like pushing through. It's much bigger than you. It's much louder. It is not really attempting to be stealthy much at all. So you can get all the way up to it, and you can make a attack roll if you want.
I like to
Can you-
imagine that Colton doesn't yell, he like brays.
When he's really stressed.
Oh.
So
Can I like accurately kind of see what's going on because of like the proximity, or is it just literally nothing? Because of the fog?
you can kind of make out it's like shadows in the fog.
Okay.
So you can see this thing kind of wrapped around the form of Colton. But it would be very
guess I
difficult to try and like cut away because it's kind of obscured.
Right. I guess I'll just try and stab it in its stupid fucking head.
Yeah, all right, make an attack roll for me.
That's the longsword, right? The hit DC roll, right? Okay. That is a 20.
20 definitely hits. Oh, was it a natural 20 or is it just a
No, it's a 16 plus 4.
cool?
A dirty 20.
Dirty
20.
Dirty 20.
So one hand. Are you using one-handed or two-handed?
I'd imagine that I'd be using one hand to try and like get a feel for where Colton is, and then using the other one to try and just get this thing off of him.
So you kind of like using one hand to kind of steady yourself as well as like not run into anything. You as you kind of like move through the fog, you like kind of feel the weird like heat from this creature, and you just like swing forward, manage to connect. Roll a d8 plus your strength modifier.
That is a 2. That's a 4, I think.
You slice this creature. This is. I meant to do that before. So 4 points of damage. Yeah, you with a kind of earthen. There's a sound like the smell of mulch and like rotting and decay kind of fills the air as you cut fairly deep into it. You pierce through the kind of pitcher, and on the side you hear more than see, and you definitely smell like liquid seeping out of it into the water around you. That is Colton's turn. Colton, you are kind of somewhat you are restrained. You are grappled by this creature. Sorry, not restrained.
Yeah.
Meaning that you can use your action to kind of break free from it. Otherwise, your speed is 0. You can still use your action and bonus action if you have it as normal.
Can I?
What are you thinking?
Gosh, I mean, I kind of have to get loose out of this.
Yeah.
I am going to make an unarmed strike with my
Okay.
hoofs.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
kick back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Get it.
Fucking Bronco. Yeah.
I'm gonna kick back on this spooky plant with my hooves.
Yeah.
Yep.
You kick back, make an attack roll. You don't do so. You're not restrained. You're just grappled. So you don't roll with disadvantage. Just roll straight up. So you add your strength and proficiency modifier.
How'd it go, sweetie?
How'd you go? How are you doing? Is this
No.
Is this Colton's day? It's not so much
Another
Colton's
one
day.
just coming over the side here.
Yeah, this is getting through 'em, huh? You swing, your one hoof like kicks back. You like whiff in the air.
Hold your hip flexor.
Yeah.
You're kind
Ow.
of you're getting like nervous. You slid into this hole. You're kind of just like swinging out wildly. A lot of force behind it, but you don't manage to connect with anything. It's now Ori's turn. He's going to cast a spell. None of you can see him. But he's going to cast a spell. And you all don't know what it is because none of you can see him. You probably feel the rush of magic past you, Lev, but that's really all. I will... Yeah, okay. Lev, it is your turn.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna try to... I would like to get the fuck out of this hole. I would like to try to ascend again.
So, the situation as it stands, you have one ribbon.
Yes.
There is still a ribbon. Overall, your team has 3 ribbons.
Yes.
There is one ribbon still attached to the goat, the ram.
We don't know where the goat is.
You don't know where it is. It ran off.
Okay.
You know it probably hasn't gotten out. You heard it splash around in the water at least. But you're just getting out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and climb up and get above the fog.
Okay. Make a pretty low DC either athletics or acrobatics check for me.
It's a 24.
Okay. Well, it didn't need to be low, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
We roll well. Above, now that you're breaking out of the fog cloud, you can't see anything within the pit, but you see Ori here, the furbolg. His eyes are fully green, and you see them fade for a moment, and they look like goat's pupils, like ram's pupils, like the horizontal thing, as he just like reaches into the fog and is just like intoning under his breath. And you see the Eladrin standing above the fog cloud as well. It is now Sakward's turn. What do you do? You hear your friend Colton get nipped in the butt.
Ow! Ow!
You can hear down here somewhere the goat splashing around.
How good is my sense of smell?
It's watery down here, but I'll give you a perception check to locate it.
As an aside, I've stashed the ribbon. It's not like I'm not like holding it. I've put it on my person now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Actually, I've tied it around my wrist.
Okay. Yeah, you had an object interaction that time. You be able to.
17.
17. Yes, you locate it. It's run further into the pool, and you can run around and grab at it.
Yeah, I do that. I'm so sorry, Colton. You got this.
Oh, buddy.
Ow.
Oh.
It's a better later.
You can make an athletics check to try and pull this ribbon off, or you can try and make a animal handling check to.
Nah, athletics check, man.
Yeah, we are through with.
Fucking cold clock a goat.
12.
12. I'll make a check for the grapple check. It's an opposed check. Certain checks don't just need to require a DC. They're opposed against the animal's check. So the goat rolls a 3 on the die. You run and you sense more than anything the goat squaring up against you, and you pull your head down and you butt against it, and this time the goat goes down unharmed but just a little bit dazed, enough for you to pull the ribbon triumphantly from its horn. That is your movement. That's your action. You actually have a little bit of movement left if you want to. Where do you want to head?
Back to help Colton. Although I shove the ribbon. Do I have pockets or anything? Can I don't want to just be holding it.
You don't have pants. I think that was established.
Oh yeah, I put it in my mouth.
Okay, you shove it in your mouth.
Good spot for it, actually. That's a pretty good spot. I wouldn't have thought of that.
It could taste good.
It could taste good.
It's covered in ram, and I'm like.
Okay. but you stay here essentially to back up Colton.
Yeah.
Nim stands. Oops, that is not what I meant to do. There we go. He needs to stand. There he goes.
Is Nim the Minotaur?
Nim is the Minotaur.
Nim is the Minotaur and Orion is the caster, I think.
It's great. I love it.
You hear him breathing loud and you hear sniffing in the air. It's like, what have you got there, little satyr? Do you have what I'm looking for?
No.
He's gonna make a perception check to see if he can find you.
Everyone keeps freezing on my Discord, and it's like always like,
Huh?
and I'm like, what is going on?
That is a 22 to find you. You hear
No, it's not.
No, it's not?
No, it's not.
Oh, I thought you had like a
No.
mechanical reason as to why that wasn't the case.
Level 1!
you
We
hear-
have no agency!
Boom, boom,
You'll win.
boom.
No,
This
move that
Minotaur.
far.
You can't move that far.
Plant, get him.
You see this thing roll up on you. You can feel the hot breath steaming through the fog itself, and he's going to make an athletics check to see if it can grapple you. Roll. This is going to be a contested check, so you need to roll as well. Make an athletics check or acrobatics check.
I will be going with athletics.
Okay.
That is
Oh,
where
yeah.
I put all my points.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to roll this d20 on.
Oh god!
Oh no.
Guys.
That is a 6 plus 5.
I got a 1 plus 5.
No.
A natural 1.
Come on, buddy.
I'm gonna say, with a natural 1, it doesn't grab the ribbon outright, but it reaches forward and definitely usually one of its massive fingers just goes in your mouth. And you're like, blah, 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 as it like grabs you. It's definitely got off to a hole, and it knows that you've swallowed it. Like you've got it. You're chewing on it essentially.
Motherfucker.
It lifts you bodily up and
does he-
starts to walk away with you. Walks all the way back to here.
What the fuck? And we who cast the fog cloud again? Who did that?
That was the Eladrin, who's its turn
The
now.
fucking Eladrin? Oh, I'm gonna go stomp
I'm
them.
telling Postmaster Fletcher about this.
He descends into the fog cloud. He's gonna make an acrobatics check to see if he does.
Fall down, dipshit. You can't see anything.
Natural 1, you break your neck and die.
Hell yeah, we win the D&D.
He's not doing too crash
Can
hot.
he impale himself on the fucking ram horns and falls down? He just dies on the ram, and we're like, woo!
Or on his friend, the Minotaur's horns. He lands. He still. You hear a magical spell being intoned, and I'm gonna have you make another check, an athletics check for me, Sackwad, to avoid having your ribbon stripped from you.
Come on, buddy. Come on, you got this. You got it.
My ribbon.
Bite his finger.
Ribbon time.
Nat 20.
Natural 20.
Fair enough. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'll say this: from a 1 to a 20, just flipping coins.
I'm all about them extremes. No middle ground.
Extremes. on a natural 20, I'll say that not only do you pull away from the mage hand that was coming to grab the ribbon from you, but you bite down on the finger that's in your hand, and you hear the grunt from the Minotaur as he pulls his hand away. Still kind of like he drops you to the ground, and you are freed, but still in a pretty precarious position. The plant creature, it's got you. One of its other tendrils is going to try and wrap its way. It kind of swings wildly out at the direction that it was injured from, and makes an attack against Daya for a 15 to hit. How does that?
What?
Does that beat your AC?
I don't know.
Sorry.
No, it's a 16.
It is a 16. There's a heavy reinforcement element of your apron. You feel this tendril whip out towards you. Teeth latch on, and you just grab it and just tear it like completely off and throw it away. It kind of recoils back into the mist. It is the goat's turn. It has had animal friendship cast on it, so it tries to trot all the way back to the druid and does not do so.
Shit anymore.
What's he gonna do? He's going to try and leap across. He first uses... He doesn't have to make a check for the first thing. As a rabbit folk, he can make a little leap. Whoop, over here. And then it's going to jump down to here. And make an acrobatics check. Which he's... Actually, no, that was a 5. Fucking hell.
No way.
That was a 5 on the die. It's good that everyone's rolling like shit, if that helps.
So competent.
Daya, it is your turn. Please save us from this hell.
I'm just gonna keep hitting this stupid plant.
Absolutely.
It's in front of me. I'm gonna keep hitting it.
Roll an attack roll.
15.
15 definitely hits. You roll a d8 plus your strength, unless you want to use two hands now. In which case it'd be a d10 plus your strength.
Well, okay. Well, I knew it was a 3, but because I already rolled it. But thinking about it, like, am I allowed to retroactively?
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking from like the perspective of like, if I know where Colton is, because I've steadied my hand against him.
Yeah.
I would be able to just like it would. Yeah, I would grab the sword and just go start trying to hack at it to get it off of him.
Yeah. This isn't retroactive so much as a thing that your character would do that you like. You don't have the knowledge of the mechanics yet, and that's totally fine.
Okay.
So absolutely, roll a d10 and add your strength modifier.
Okay. That is a 8.
8. Oh my god. Nice. Total?
Yeah, total.
Oh yeah, you crush this thing. You take it down to 0. How does Daya save Colton from the evils of this carnivorous plant?
I want to position myself in a way where I can get my foot in its mouth, kick it off of it.
Yeah.
And as it's flopping over, just going up over it and just smashing it repeatedly.
Yeah.
With the sword just over and over and over. Basically treating it like an onion.
Yeah, and like
in a chili.
Your sword slashing down. Partly you're just like using the flat of the blade, sometimes partly you're using the slide. You just like leave it as these like chunks of now this fetid smell kind of cascading over this clearing of like rotted meat, but you managed to turn into potpourri. Colton, you are free. Another raid. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa.
Oh
Thank
my
you
God.
for love.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to pull up.
Hello.
Thank you. That's so lovely of you. We are in the midst of the most comical fight I've had in a while.
Everybody fall down.
Yeah, everybody fall down. Make sure to follow Letheriel. They're a great streamer. What we have now is a desperate fight in the water. over 2 ribbons, which will allow our party entry into the Post Officers Guild. It is now Colton. We have Colton here, a centaur, represented by a horse miniature.
I still love it so much.
It's so good. You can never change
So
it.
good.
Free of the plant creatures, this horrifying carnivorous plant attempted to kill them. Colton is free. However, your friend Sackwad is now in a spot of trouble, surrounded by your competitors. Now, they can't out and out hurt Sackwad, but they are certainly trying to reef the ribbon in Colton's mouth away from him. Colton has grabbed a ribbon for himself and promptly stashed it in his mouth.
Zach, what do you mean?
Sackwad, yes, sorry. Yes, that is correct. What is Colton doing?
Oh man, I think Colton is gonna try and just get out of the water.
Yeah.
Because Colton is a large man
Yeah.
and probably not as capable in the water as some of these other people.
Mm-hmm.
I am so sorry, but I am going to try and climb out.
Jump on out. All right.
Yeah.
Make an athletics check for me.
I think a lot of my stuff is
boy.
like...
How's this centaur gonna get up these rocks, man?
Yes, exactly.
It's going to be step by step, essentially.
So much of my stuff is ranged that I'm like, there's no point in
You can. This is essentially going to be you trying to leap up to the first level.
taking like a running leap.
Yeah. This is going to be pretty difficult because you're going to make this jump in one, and it's foggy, and you can't quite see your surroundings.
Okay. So
I like how you're like, I'll be honest with
Athletics?
you, you're probably gonna fail.
Athletics?
Look, you got to roll high. There's double-digit numbers on that die. I promise you.
We're doing... So yeah, is it athletics?
Be athletics.
Yeah, excellent. 16?
16, yeah, of course.
Okay.
This is level 1. All right, this is level 1. With aplomb, you leap out of the water onto dry land. Thankfully, at least drier. You scrabble up the remaining. This is more like. It's not so much climbing as it is like leaping. Managed to get your way up here. Actually, which way did you want to go? I shouldn't just put your mini whichever way. Do you want to head back the way you came? Do you want to head off to where your opponents were?
I think it was pretty good where it was.
Yeah, you want to be up here? That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Up here, you're out of the fog. Again, you can see Lev, you can see the Furbolg, and you can't see anyone. It's just this like mass of fog. You still have your action. You know that fog can be moved and like moved away by heavy winds. If that is or if you
Lift
have
that tail, Colton.
what do you want to do with your action?
Stuff is either like buffing or that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You are slightly injured, I will say.
Ooh.
If you did want
Oh,
to.
I am a little bit injured.
Oh, level 1 sucks.
Yeah.
Fucking hate it.
Okay. If something in the fog was to be lit up, for example,
Yeah.
would that help with vision?
Yeah, for sure. If you wanted like, if you wanted to give kind of a guiding light for Sackwad.
Yes.
Yeah, make a. So you want to do the light cantrip?
Yeah, I'd like to do the light cantrip. It is touch, but I would like to touch my water skin,
Oh,
make it glow, and then huck it
yes.
into the water.
Sackwad, you see a glowing beacon flying through the air towards you. You know where Colton is, at least. You know that there is safety up there.
Is it my turn?
No, it is. It is
Okay.
the druid's turn.
Actually, I really shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that information.
No,
but thanks.
I'm not going to retroactively do anything because I can't. But also, Colton's not very smart, so this tracks.
Bless.
Colton's
not very smart.
So look,
Puts a
I could have, like, sure, yeah, he tosses a water skin down. I could have just, like, maybe lit up a piece of rope, chucked that over the edge, glowing piece of rope for you to climb up. Nah.
No, all I did was see a glowing water skin fly off the cliff into the water.
This water skin has a quest for me. I must activate it. The glowing light.
Yeah, so, anyway, I think, yeah.
Thanks for that. I mean, I know where the top is.
Oh, so good.
I thought this was gonna like illuminate the area to an extent, so we could see at
No.
least something around us.
That's
Not that
what
it's
I thought
just
it might do.
a floating bag falling.
Exactly. I'm like, why?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to do, but nah.
I like to think Colton just panicked and was like, here we go.
Yeah, basically, he's like, what can I do? What do I have left? Useless.
I got you this.
All of my spells work if I can see people.
Ori, what is Ori gonna do? He looks at you, the ribbon around your wrist. He can't. You're outside of the fog now, so he can't try anything tricky. Nothing directly, at least. He's going to descend. Let's see how well he does.
Oh, no.
Descending into the water.
Descending into the fog, really?
Get in there. Get in there, son.
What's up, buddy?
I'm gonna roll this dice. I swear to God, 19 on the die.
Is my water skin, like, when it lights up, is it, like, hot? Is it, like, making the water a bit warmer?
Yes, this is
Been in a
bubbling.
hot tub?
It's been a hot
Yeah. It's a really nice temperature.
Put on the bubbles next.
That would make it smell horrible
Descends
because there is
into
Yeah,
no.
it smells terrible.
Makes his way over and is going to make one last check against Sakwad to see if he can
Don't-
grab at the ribbon.
No. Just say no. No.
Put it in the water skin.
No, it's glowing. They'll know where it is.
All you see, just these massive figures are like moving through the mist, trying to like grab at you. 3 on the die. This is an opposed check. This is you need to beat a 5.
Come on, Sackwad. Come on.
Come on.
Bring it home.
Put me
Sahid.
under this kind of pressure.
Sahid.
That's the whole point.
Oh! Nat
Nat
20!
Oh my God!
Big pog. Big pog. That's a big pog.
When it
Sakwad
comes time to
Confirmed.
it, Sakwad comes through.
with a duck and a twist. Sakwad pulls himself free. Scooping up the water skin. What do you do with your turn? So tiny.
I mean, it's time for us to all skedaddle, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you've got the two ribbons. The ram is somewhat safe given that the carnivorous plant is dead. Hey, skedaddle for me.
So, I'm gonna run up to where Colton is.
Make an athletics check for me.
Was it my
That's
turn
the
before
where the water
Sackwad?
skin came from.
What is what?
Was it my turn before Sackwad's?
Oh yes, it was. Sorry.
I would have let down a rope.
Oh, okay.
I would have tied a rope to a tree where we initially jumped down, and
Perfect.
seeing where the idiots are scurrying down, I'm gonna
Yeah.
drop it down to them so they
The
can.
problem is that Colton is on the wrong side of the valley.
Yes.
I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. Don't worry.
You're like,
Yeah.
that's a Colton problem.
Don't worry.
Okay.
You throw down a rope. You manage to hook it around the tree. You throw it down. Sakwad, as you kind of run out, you hear. I'll say like, given your natural 20, that was so very dramatic. You hear the plop of the rope, and you see just the barest shadow in the fog. You run towards it.
Yeah, I run towards it, and as I'm running, I like yell back to Colton, "We'll see you back at camp."
Yeah. You grab onto the rope. Make an athletics check with advantage for me.
That means I roll 2, doesn't it?
You roll twice, you take the higher number.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Thank you. So 21.
21. Thanks to the rope and to not a lot of Lev's help was necessary, but you scramble up using the rope, jumping, and you make your way all the way up. It is Sackwood's turn. You did that. Nim's turn. You hear him moving around. He knows that you've left. And is going to attempt to make his way out of the. It's a 3 on the die. He scrambles against the stonework and doesn't make his way out. Zen stands up, and climbs his way out, or attempts to. It's a 1.
Oh my god!
Fucking hell!
great.
Oh my
head. You're dead. Lex makes it out. No problem. Is a rogue. Leaps out. Managed to make it to about here. Needing to use half of a movement to stand up. Dyad, is your turn. You would have heard the rope as well.
Is the fog lifting at this point? Or is it still pretty heavy?
The fog is lifting on his turns, and Eldrin started to stopped concentration on it, so it's starting to kind of like dissipate. What do you want to do? What's the is the stuff inside the plant acidic? Can I touch it? You can touch it, yeah.
I wanted to grab a fistful of it and just chuck it in the face of the nearest person and just beeline for the rope just to try and stall so that they don't have as much, so that Colton has an opportunity to get back over to where we're at. Just to try and stall whatever they're doing.
You're essentially gonna make a a thrown weapon check, improvised weapon check, I should say. So this is just your strength modifier. Gonna scoop up a bit of this muck and just like toss it as the fog is lifting. Before too much can be said, who did what? You try and kind of throw mud in their eyes, quite literally. So just roll a d20 and add your strength modifier. How'd you do?
1.
You flip yourself more than anything, and you get some of this stuff in your own eye. And you're like,
incredible.
God, oh God. It's stinging quite badly. You don't take any damage, but it's stinging. Best thing you can do now is probably save face and run for the rope. Make an athletics check with advantage.
So that's 2, right?
Yeah, roll 2 and
23. I'll take the 23.
Yeah, you managed to get out with all of the main party, and now I assume you're all just attempting to run. We are going to swap back to regular us. So with that, with the one of you, so Sackwad has one ribbon, Lev has the other. You've got 4 for one for each of you now. As you sprint away, you hear as you're running, you hear the yells and curses of your opponents, still trying to scramble their way out. We will end the session on me making one last ability check. Actually, chat will make one last ability check for the group of opponents to see how well they do getting themselves out of that pit. Exclamation mark D20 in the chat, please. For how well they do. This is 16. 16! They do! Alright. we kind of see our adventurers peel off into the forest, and not seconds later, we see the hand of the Minotaur land on top of the rock and pull himself, holding the Eladrin, holding the rest of them, pull like a chain, pull themselves out, and you just see the Minotaur's eyes kind of like glaring at your retreating forms back into the forest, and we will end the session there.
So tense.
So tense.
I love it.
That was
Grappling.
So good.
Oh my god.
That was so good.
We had 3 1s and 3 20s.
That was so much fun. I really wanted fights in this to be more than just, oh, there's a monster and you need to take it down to 0 hit points. All the stuff between like snagging the ribbon from each other, I thought that was fucking
Yeah.
all the different like stuff that all of you did to try and grab it. Was very, very funny.
I did nothing to help the party. I was like, I'm gonna beeline for this ribbon, and I'm gonna wait for Gaia to get up, and we're going.
That helps
Gave us a
party.
rope.
Exactly.
Oh fuck. God, jeez. As soon as you were like, okay, the Rams are running, what do you do? I was gonna be like, we turn to each other when we come up with a plan as a team, and Gaia was like, I run, and I'm like, I follow her. Fuck everybody, I'm out.
No discussion.
No discussion, fuck you guys.
Fine.
Let's go.
We're on ribbon time now.
We're on
Ribbon
ribbon
time.
time. As
Ribbon
we have
time.
said, it is ribbon time. We're fucking about time.
My whole thought was like, okay, this is the one shot to see, like, maybe, I don't know, if this thing goes anywhere. I'm not letting that fucking ram leave my sight. I'm gonna fucking beeline after that shit, because I just want an answer.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Yeah, you want that answer.
Yeah.